obviously what happened on the October 10th was kind of shocking to a lot of people. Um, can you walk us a little bit through what actually happened, what you think kicked off some of these events, and also how Wintermute positioned itself in an event like this?
I think it's a combination. Like we definitely have not just more leverage, we have a lot more tokens to play with, a lot of more perpetuals on those tokens, and quite a few pretty big platforms to trade those perpetuals. Like if you're talking about, I don't know, 4 years ago, like we just didn't have that many perpetuals with such big open interests and like such big potential for basically go down. But like my big suspicion that a lot of people who blew up or like who suffered a lot of losses were running long short strategies, for example. So they might be, I don't know, short Bitcoin, long some shitcoin, something. And they thought they were like relatively safe, but they were not because of like beautiful EDL mechanics.
So, what do you see the next couple months looking like?
My intuition is that it primarily like, okay, basically the question is, okay, what is it going to affect the bid for crypto in general? And I think it will affect the bid for anything outside of majors effectively. Because like where those liquidations happened, it was all like all kinds of altcoins. And we have a lot more altcoins and meme coins and other stuff to play with compared to, I don't know, 4 years ago. People will just have to be a lot more selective with a lot less money to invest as well. So I think the bid for altcoins is probably going to suffer as a result. That being said, new retail is getting born every day, so it's like eventually it will come back. But I think okay, in terms of like short to mid impact, intuition would be yeah, it's just the bid for alts. Like yeah, I don't think we're gonna have like a massive altcoin season in terms of.
Would you say that it was almost like impressive how well both ETH and Bitcoin and even Solana to some extent have held up during this period? Like we've had some tokens like Cosmos went down 99.9%. And the worst for Bitcoin and ETH, I think, was like 15% or something. It was not drastic at all. Like we've seen something much, much worse before. Is that just a sign of like maturity of the market and maturity of these assets and liquidity in these assets, or what do you kind of think that was caused by?
Yeah, I think Bitcoin at this stage is just institutional grade asset. That's it. Like it has ETFs, it has MicroStrategy, it has like so many things. Well, CME futures, whatever. Ethereum is pretty close to it, and I think Solana is also relatively close to it. So I think I wouldn't be worried about Bitcoin having like a massive flash crash, like almost ever, save for some really weird events.
One more thing I wanted to ask you, Evgeny, is that you guys are primarily London-based. You also have some international offices, but I would guess a lot of your trading team and people you kind of need on deck is in London. I think this happened like really late London time, almost overnight as well, or not late, but it happened in the evening. How do you deal with like these things happening when maybe at really bad times for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's thanks to Trump. Like we are pretty used to those events happening exactly on the weekends or on Friday late for us. So it was not like I mean, it was a shocker, obviously, but like we were prepared for those kind of events. And like usually the way, like, yeah, it's not the greatest work-life balance for traders in general, like in any trading firm, to be honest. So like usually the way we work, okay, we have London office and Singapore office, and Singapore people take over like something like 10, 11 p.m. London time. And that's when London people start, well, more or less chilling. So this move started happening before that. So nobody had time to start chilling yet. So yeah, we just had a very busy night.